stay in your lane. Yeah, we get a little homie, you been getting some brain. Rapping about how you smoking weed like a chain, but I gotta be the one to throw the industry shade. Told you I've been fed up, get your bread up, you don't drop shit. Dropping so much fire, 2018, it's obnoxious. Put me on the 16, watch the numbers rise, just went from the bubble.
You are now tuned in to the Dads Who Live podcast. You have your host, Tyler Gaeta. I have my co-host here with me,
Jonathan Baumgartner.
We're going to do this housekeeping up front here because I always jump into things and forget. So, guys, please give us a like, share, 5-star review. You tell a friend, they tell a friend. That's how we grow this thing. We don't ask for any money. We don't ask for anything monetary. Our fee for this, all we want to do is add value. So if we gave you any value, our fee for this is tell a friend, they tell a friend, share it on iTunes, share it on IG, share it on Facebook, share it on Spotify, all the links, right? We don't want to run any paid advertising, guys. I hate doing that shit. So please give us a like, share, 5-star review. We really appreciate it. We have apparel, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, badass apparel on www.dadswholiftapparel.com. We're on IG is Dads Who Lift Apparel. Facebook is Dads Who Lift Apparel. And then we have a Facebook group of 55,000 like-minded dads trying to be their best selves and stay fit at the same time. Again, that is a group on Facebook, and that is called Dads Who Lift Official. So if that's something that interests you, check that group out. We were just talking, you got little man's birthday coming up, 5-year-old.
5 years old. It's crazy. And everyone says it, but time gets faster the older he gets.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does. Even talking to Caitlin the other day, I'm like, he's not a toddler. Like the toddler phase is gone. He's not sweet and innocent and cute. He's a little turd.
He's still a little cute.
He's still a little cutie, but he's a turd. And honestly, it's really cool. I'm a pretty tough dad. I know that. I'm just really strict. I tell him this. I'm like, dude, you're going to be an amazing man and you're going to do great things in the world. And that's why I'm tough on you. That's why I'm strict on you, because I know that this life and this structure and this is going to propel you into the greatness that's coming for you. So, but with him getting older and talking to him now, even like conversations, he's really more perceptive on and he's picking up on things. Like we want certain, hey man, check your shoes before you come inside. We got 2 dogs. Mm-hmm. I don't want to wipe dog poop out of the carpet anymore.
Right.
I'm not trying to wash your shoes from the dog poop. So even like that. So the other day we were like, hey man, and we brought it up because he forgot and he got in the kitchen, had a little bit on there, and I washed his shoes, no big deal. But now he makes it a point to make it a point to me and Kate, like, hey, I think it's a good idea to take my shoes off before I even come inside. I said, absolutely right, man. I mean, you're learning, you're catching on, so it's cool. And I'm trying to make him more independent now. Before I was like, dude, it was me and you forever, a couple of years, and I did everything for you. And I mean, we slept together. I dressed up. I mean, everything was side by side, and I did everything for him. Just made my life easier to like, hey, I'll get you dressed. Let's go, buddy. Because I'm in a rush and I got my stuff to do. So now I'm breaking that, and he needs to be self-sufficient. I'm like, bro, you're almost 5 years old. You gotta, take up your own toys, your clothes, your dishes, and all that. And he prides himself, and he brings it to our attention the more that he's remembering these things that we're teaching him and as he's growing. So not this cute little innocent toddler, but now he's 5 years old, and he's intentional about some of the things that he does just to see how far he can get. So it's cool to see, pushing the buttons, testing the limits. Oh, Dad, I forgot. Well, how many times I got to remind you, buddy? You didn't forget. You just were too busy doing your thing and what you wanted and didn't care about what I wanted. So parenting's awesome, man. Him being 5 years old, we set up the birthday party next weekend. It's actually his golden birthday. So for him, trying to explain to him, hey, you're 5 years old. It's on May 5th. It's your golden birthday. He doesn't get how cool it is, but we planned a pretty big birthday party for him. So he's super stoked.
Where do you guys doing it at?
Actually, Urban Air here in town. They've got the indoor trampoline, jungle gym, bumper cars.
Those places are so easy, man. They take care of everything. Like, it's expensive, but it's well worth it.
It's a one-stop shop.
My son now, like he's older, so now it's like, oh, he wants to have like a house party or a pool party or like friends over. It's like so much more work, man. It's so nice when you get to just go to a place and like they clean up, they take care of everything, they handle everything. It's like, okay, I can handle this.
It'll be good for him. And with him getting bigger, it's even a little bit more expensive now because he's old enough to ride the bumper cars.
Yeah.
And that's like the main thing. He doesn't even care about the trampolines anymore. He's like, I'm on the bumper cars, Dad. Like, I want to go climb the wall. So, of course, we had to get that package with it. But, I mean, it's part of him getting older and getting bigger. So, yeah, I'm super excited about it. His 5th birthday, and he's in pre-K. So, he has, a bunch of friends now. So, it should be really cool. His first actual birthday party with more than just brother and sister and cousins, and close family friends. So, this will be his first birthday with all of his friends from school. It's a big deal for him. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Super excited.
Super exciting. So for the topic that I wanted to get into, I wanted to talk about some things that, I mean, I guess they're not really things I'm realizing, just things that are very apparent to me in my life today. I've known these things, but it's like, you go through time. So I've been very consistent and very structured with the way that I live my life lately, right? I've either been running 75 hard or I've been running my Alpha Limitless lifestyle program. And so I haven't been drinking. I've been eating clean. I've been very structured. I've been working every day. I've been doing my winter circle every single day. And that feels good. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's definitely a point of like exhaustion where you're like,
Right.
fuck, I'm tired. This
Right.
is a lot. But I call that like my bitch voice. So my bitch voice is like, okay, fuck, I'm tired. Fuck, this is a lot. Fuck, I deserve a break. But the funny thing is, and I've said this to you multiple times. I've said it before multiple times. Like, I don't even like the vacation anymore. Like, I do like the vacation, but you give me like 4 or 5 days, I'm
Right.
good. You give me like 7, and I'm driving myself crazy.
Right.
Like I'm ready to come back home and go to work. And what I've really figured out that is it comes down to structure, 100% to me. So it's not that like I'm out vacationing or I'm in Mexico or I'm at my cabin or whatever. It's that my daily structure, my daily routine that I do every single day gets fucked up
Right.
and I don't stick
Right.
to it. And that's what throws me off. And that makes me feel shitty, like horrible. And so, excuse me, I've been very on lately. And then this week is my son's spring break. I was planning like an extravagant trip to like Mexico or something like that. And we left it up to him as far as what he wanted to do on a spring break. And he just wanted to go to one of our cabins and ride his dirt bike. So I'm
Nice.
like, all right, cool. That's what we'll do. And so that's this whole week. I'm supposed to be there today. And I actually had planned to drive back today anyways to just to shoot a podcast, just to stay up on top of my commitment. But I kind of secretly wanted to also because, again, I don't like taking a week off.
Right.
But what I've realized here, even just this week, so we went out so he had soccer practice Friday night, so worked all day Friday. I actually worked all day Saturday too because I knew we were leaving Sunday to get ready to leave
Right,
for a
right.
whole week. And Sunday he had a soccer game. As soon as he was done with the soccer game on Sunday, we packed up, headed out, went out to the cabin. And man, it is nice to get away. It is nice to have change of scenery. It is nice to travel. I still love to travel. It's definitely good to have valued family time as well, because that's what a lot of it out there was too.
Right.
But as far as I go with my structure, I've felt like shit all fucking week, all week this week. And fuck, dude, we cooked chicken out there. Like I wasn't eating bad. Like I was still
right.
eating clean for the most part. I'd say like 90% clean. There was definitely a little, fuck yous in there, a couple little cheats in there because we're out the cabin. But still cooked chicken every night, like grilled out chicken, was eating relatively clean. And so what it really comes down to for me is like my structure and my sleep schedule.
Right.
And so if you take a guy that wakes up at, 6 or 6:30 every single morning and starts work at 7 every single morning, and goes to bed at say 10:30, 11 every night, and then now all of a sudden, because I'm at the cabin, I'm staying up till midnight, 1 in the morning and sleeping in till 8 or 9, like it makes me feel completely off. And then no matter how much sleep I get, then I just feel completely tired all day long and groggy
Right.
and just kind of out of it. And not only that, like the structure and the routines that I've set up, they make me feel good because I get shit done.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm off my structure, off my routine, this goes for like even when you're not on vacation, guys, because people fall off their structure and off their routine every fucking day, all the fucking time. Even when you're just at home for the week doing work, right? People fall off, right? You quit going to the gym, you quit training, you quit, sticking to your diet, you quit waking up at 5 a.m. to do your morning meditations before work. People fall off all the fucking time. When I find something, like whenever I can get my structure dialed in and my structure right, my routine right to make me feel good, when I get off that, I feel like a complete asshole. And it's not only because of like the time management or the time schedule or the sleep or anything like that. That does play into it. But I think a big role of it is like, I feel productive when I'm doing these things. My
100%.
body is used to doing these things. So
Yep.
when you take that away from me and then all of a sudden I'm sleeping until 9. So now I feel like, oh, fuck, I'm behind 2 hours on the day already. I'm not feeling productive. I feel rust the rest of the day. I have anxiety, So something that I'm really thinking about is, and with my lifestyle, this is not easy. Like, oh, poor me, you'll say, but like with my lifestyle, I get to vacation a lot. I get to travel a lot. I have multiple Airbnbs that I can go to. I have a flexible job where I can take time off. So I can do these things. And it took 13 years to fucking get to this point to where I can do them. So it didn't happen overnight. but I can do these things. And so I do travel a lot. And so with my lifestyle, what I'm really I've been trying to balance this for years, man, because I'm great when I'm at home and then I go take a trip or I go to Mexico or I go to my cabin or, even just my little cabin, for a week. And my whole routine gets all fucked up like it did today or this week. And I feel like complete asshole. And so what I'm realizing is like my structure equates to my success. And that structure has to stay every day, no matter what, no matter what. And I'm honestly thinking like moving forward, even when I go out of town or take trips, I'm going to try to keep my same structure, my same routine. So I'm going to still try to go to bed at the same time, still wake up at the same time every single morning. Even if I'm out on vacation or in Mexico or somewhere else, I'm going to go to bed at fucking 10 o'clock and wake up at 7 a.m. Go for a fucking run on the beach, and that doesn't mean that like I can't drink ever, right? I could still drink during the day in Mexico and fucking still go to bed by 9 o'clock at night and wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning. Now I will say I drank one night out there at the cabin and I've got my Whoop band back on. So I'm monitoring my HRV, and all my shit right now. And if you guys don't know what HRV is, check the Whoop band out. But HRV is basically, how do I explain it? It's like your heart rate, but it measures the beats in between. It measures the time in between your beats. So it gives like a value of your recovery. So if your body's stressed out or run down, you're gonna have a really low HRV. And if your body's like well rested and you're not stressed and that your body's performing how it should, you're gonna have a higher HRV. And so athletes use this. It's called the Whoop band. There's a ring too, to track their HRV, because if their HRV is really low and they're ran into the ground, then you don't want to train, or at least not train as hard, because it can actually be counterproductive.
Right.
And then you also want to make sure that you get enough sleep. But what I have realized, guys, what I've seen, and I haven't had a Whoop for a long time, and I really haven't drank in a long time either. But I had some drinks one night out of the cabin, and my HRV that next morning, and I actually got 8 hours of sleep that night, even with a few drinks. I didn't get wasted, just had a few drinks. And my HRV that next morning, which is usually, so my recovery is usually, honestly, it's not great. Usually I'm around like 50 or 60% recovery, which it should be a lot higher than that. That's just from me running my daily life and running as hard as I am. My recovery after one night of drinking was 1%.
Ooh.
1%.
That's insane.
And I got 8 hours of sleep.
Insane.
So drinking does really fuck your body up, like really fucks your recovery up. If you're someone that's trying to be optimal and even train or gain muscle, if you fucking train in the gym hard as shit, you're building that muscle overnight when you sleep. If you drink that night after you train, you built no muscle that night because you have no recovery. Guaranteed. So that's something I'll say on that too. But man, it's just very apparent to me that structure keeps me in check. Structure keeps me going. Structure makes me feel good. That's the biggest thing, right? We want to go through life and feel good. I want to feel good. I don't do this shit to feel bad. I don't do this shit to feel like a piece of shit, right?
Right.
I don't do this shit to live in anxiety. I do this stuff to feel good. And when I keep on my structure, my daily routine, I feel fucking good. I'm optimal. I'm winning. Another thing that I wanted to say, that I actually heard from a coaching call last night with Rob Bailey with Clear, Calculated, and Vicious. And this is a really good sentence. He said, and this ties into exactly what I'm talking about. He said, make rules for yourself or someone else will make them for you. Say that again. Make rules for yourself or someone else will make them for you. And what this means to me, this goes right into that structure and that discipline and that consistency. If I make rules for my life, then it kind of goes to our last podcast too. If I make the rules for myself and I make rules for my life, then I'm in control of my life. And that runs with my structure, and that runs with my consistency, right? And that runs with my discipline. If I'm not making rules for my life, then I'm not structured, I'm not consistent, I'm not disciplined, right? And then that allows other people to come in and dictate my life because I'm no longer in control of my life. Right. If I'm not making the rules for my life and I'm not in control of my life, if I'm not making the rules for myself and I'm not in control of me, then somebody else can be in control of me.
100%.
Right? I choose not, fuck that, right? I'm going to be in control of me. I'm going to make the rules for my life. I'm going to make the rules for myself. Nobody else is making the rules for me. And another one too, that was a really cool one that I've had. I actually made a post about this a while ago, but where's this one at? Yes. So I made a post about this, I think sometime last week or maybe just a few days ago. but it's either the world imposes its will on you or you impose your will on the world.
Oh yeah.
And that one's very fucking deep for me too, and it rolls with this topic too. Either the world imposes its will on you or you impose your will on the world. Meaning that either you go out there and you make life exactly what the fuck you want it to be, or you get pushed around by the world, because it will happen. And then the world tells you what your life's supposed to be. That's not the life that I want to live, man. I want to live the life that I was destined to live. I want to live the life that I'm creating. I want to live the life that I'm in control of. I want to live the life of my fucking dreams, not your dreams, not the world's dreams, not anybody else's dreams. I want to live the life of my dreams, right? And how I get there is through my structure, discipline, and consistency. So it's just been a big eye-opening week, right? Because I was planning on doing this week-long trip with my son and girlfriend, and all this nice relaxing trip. And don't get me wrong, it is a nice relaxing time, but I've got to be able to do that in a way that keeps me optimal, keeps me feeling good. And when I fall off my structure, I don't feel good, right? And I also want to say too, like, me not feeling good, falling off my structure, is because I have these daily habits that I've created, right? So if you don't have these daily habits that you've created yet, you're probably not going to fucking know, because you're not really on your structure anyways, right? And so when you first start living a structured life and you are creating these daily habits and this daily routine, it's going to feel like the opposite, right? It's going to feel kind of fucked up for you, because you're like, man, why do I got to do all this shit? You know, why do I got to do all this stuff? I don't have to be this fucking hardcore, right? It's going to feel like daunting, like, oh, fuck, this is tiring, right? But once you build it enough and you build that routine, you live that life long enough, there's no other way. Like, it feels amazing. And you'll realize that, like, if you're not living a structured and disciplined and consistent life, you don't really know fulfillment yet. You don't, because until you do that and you live optimal every day and actually achieve at a high optimal output every single day, that's when you feel fulfilled. That's when you feel like, oh, fuck, I gave it my all, right? I'm on point. I'm on par. I'm optimal. I'm fucking winning. That's a good fucking feeling. And once you build that up and you build that daily routine, once you get off that, even if it's just for a couple of days on vacation or whatever it may be, you're going to fucking know it, because you're going to feel exactly how I did this week.
Right. I like the structure, man. We've talked about it a lot. Our bodies are basically programmable as machines. So I believe 100,000,000%. I was just talking about it with my son, getting him into the structure of that works with our life and the season of life that we're in right now. We got to get up early. So getting him into this routine, it was difficult for the first couple of weeks, but now it's just, I mean, it's black and white, and it just happens very easily. And well, the same thing with structure. I mean, I've had a couple different, I've done 75 Hard. I have other coaches that I've hired and done some coaching. And for me, in self-discovery, I just learned that having a routine and a structure to my life every single day, it gives me control and it gives me power in my life. Like you just said, the world will impose its way on you. Actually, it does every single day, whether you want it to or not, whether you're conscious of it or not. Let's just say you might not be conscious of it, but there's so much with social media, TikTok. I mean, all of these social media apps.
The government
being influenced. I mean, censorship. You're being, groomed to fit into this scenario that the world wants, and if you go against it, you're the outcast, or it's a big deal. But again, that's the 1%. The people that don't follow the sheep, that do their own thing, that's the 1%. That does what they set out to do, what their goals are, not what society thinks they should do, not what their friends, family, think they should do. They follow their dreams. And setting that structure, I think we've talked about it before, man. In the wintertime, for me, it is the most challenging thing I have to do in life because of the season that we're in. It's snow. I don't have any control over when it snows, how long it snows. I can be as prepared as possible, and something still may go wrong in that. And then in having an on-call schedule, trying to work out, trying to be a dad, trying to do all the things in my normal life, but throwing in this curveball of, hey, I don't know when I'm going to have work or how long it's going to be. And sometimes we'll go out for 24 hours, 18 hours. So then you talk about, again, just getting thrown off the synchronicity of my body. Like, I'm the guy that wakes up at 6:30 on Saturday and does work on the laptop now. I never thought I'd do that. I can't.
And it feels good.
And it feels good. I'm up before my family. I've done some emails. I've done some work. My family gets up. I'm happier. I'm way happier in the morning because I already
Yep.
feel productive. I'm like,
Yep,
dang, I checked some
exactly.
boxes. Now at 3:00 in the afternoon, I'm not in the back of my mind thinking about that email I should have responded to because I already did it.
Yep.
So again, staying on that routine for me, getting up. I've been getting up so early for so long that my body, even if we go on vacation, I'm the dad who will get up at 6 and go walk, or go outside and let the family. I try sleep in. I want my 3 hours. Don't fucking wake up till 9:00,
Yeah,
please. I
right.
want my
Yeah.
3-hour window in the morning on a Saturday when it's
Right.
not actually work, where I got 10 guys. I'm trying to get stuff going. And Saturday mornings or even Sunday, I did a lot this weekend too. And it just feels good to stay on that routine and being productive. And when you get thrown off, I don't have the magic recipe, but even like you said, with like alcohol and staying consistent. We'll just connect it with lifting. My girlfriend asks me all the time, how come you bounce back so fast? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you could not work out for 2 weeks or a month, or something could happen. You could go in the gym for 2 weeks and it's like you never stop. I'm like, well, there's two things that go into that. One, I've been working out for many, many years as a consistency over my life, so there's muscle memory. Athletes have that muscle memory. And two, if I'm not lifting because I had 4 stitches in my knuckle and I didn't want to rip them open for 4 weeks, I don't eat like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still structured in every other area of my life. I don't drink. I don't party. I don't go to bed late. I mean, everything else is still pretty much structured.
Yep.
So when things go chaotic for me, I've really learned, okay, I ain't got control over my time right now because I'm waiting on the snow schedule, but I better eat good. I better make sure I capitalize on these other things and stay consistent with those. So that way, even in the grand scheme of things, I feel like I'm moving forward. Yeah, I might have struggled with a little bit of my consistency in some of the areas, but as an overall and a grand picture, it's like with the muscle memory, it's easier to get back on track if you only let one thing get off course. Don't let, my schedule does not derail my whole productive lifestyle of being productive, of planning, prepping. And like you said, the winner circle, that's great. I don't have a winner circle. Maybe I should start that. But I got goals every single week and day that I try to accomplish with my son. Like, hey, intentional, we talked about this probably a year ago when we were starting the podcast, intentional living. Like that's part of a routine, a planned out life. So I'm very intentional with a few things that I do every day. And like you said, those are non-negotiable things, like even if it's midnight, I got to get it done. Even if it's, I got to get up 4 hours earlier, those are non-negotiable. So that helps me on my overall structure, stay consistent, even when 1 or 2 things are going chaotic. And I don't know, man, I didn't know this topic today either. And when you brought it up, it's weird because I was just thinking about this over the weekend of staying consistent and being in a structure with so many different, little variables of trying to start something on the side, being an entrepreneur, running a company, having a son, being in a relationship. It is tiring. It is exhausting. But those little 2 or 3 day, and I'm like you, I don't take very many trips. I started planning 1 trip every year, like my birthday week. I just take a week off, and I go and try and do something major. Like last year, I went to Alaska. I've never been to Alaska. We went and did so many different things. It felt kind of by the end of it, like this is a little long.
I'm ready to get
it's
back.
a little long. I'm enjoying it. I want to go home now, but like I don't want to miss out on this. But again, because I'm not waking up at the same time,
Yep.
I'm not in that routine that makes me feel fucking powerful. Like, all right, I am in
Right.
control of my life.
Right.
It all dials into your structure, staying consistent with it.
So until you can control yourself, you will never control your life.
Fact.
Until you can control yourself, you will never control your life. Success is built on consistency, discipline, and structure. Like those are the tiers for success right there. And until you have those things, you will not have success. Like you just won't. And I want to, so for people that don't yet have this structure or this consistency or this discipline or these daily routines and daily habits built up in their lives yet, I want to talk about how you create those. And so it's going to take some time. It's going to feel uncomfortable, guys, if you don't have this yet. What you need to do, first and foremost, is you need to figure out what your dream life looks like. So you need to, if you want to act like a child, like we talked about last week, and sit Indian style on the floor and close your eyes and dream, close your eyes and fucking dream. I like to write shit down. So I like to write down what my dream life looks like. And you have to know what it is before you're ever going to get it, right? So figure that out. Dream. Write it down. Take time. Take days. Take a week and just think about that. If I could have anything in my life with no limitations, what would it be? What would it look like? And you need to know this detailed, right? from there, then you say, what do I need to do every day? And these aren't like, so my winter circle is different than my daily habits or my daily routine, right? Winter circles, 5 things I do every single day that get me closer towards my goal, like move the needle a little bit closer to the life that I want to live. That's winter circle. Now, routine is kind of like the same thing, but these are things that I can do every single day that are going to push me towards my goals and the lifestyle I want to live. So for me, like, I like to live, I want to be healthy. I want to live a healthy lifestyle. I want to be around for my son. I want to be able to kick the ball with him. So part of my daily routine is going to the gym every single day, right? Part of my daily routine is doing cardio every single day. Part of my daily routine is taking a cold shower every day, challenging myself. Part of my daily routine is eating healthy every day with no cheat meals and no alcohol, right? These are all part of my daily routine. And what you need to figure out is like, what kind of life do I need to live every single day to end up ultimately getting the life of my dreams and the life I want to live down the road, right? So another good way to look at this is like, say that your dream life is a dude that drives a Lambo, right? And we're just going to say that again, it's not always a Lambo, it's not always money, but it's just an easy thing that everybody can see. Say your dream life is a guy that drives a Lambo. We need to look at yourself and say, okay, what does a guy that drives a Lambo do every day?
Right.
So I know a fucking, guy that owns a bank that drives a Lambo. Okay, what's he do every day, right? And look at the way he lives his life and then say, okay, I need to do this, this, and this every single day, because you have to be it before you're ever going to get it, guys. You have to be it before you're ever going to get it. And so then you write these things down. You say, okay, every single day I got to do these things to push me towards the life I want to have, to live the life I want to have. And then you do them every single day. No fucking compromise. Consistency, discipline. It's going to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy.
Right.
If it were easy, everybody would do it. There's a reason that they call this shit the 1%, right? It's not for fucking everybody. And if it's not for you, that's fine. But if chances are, if you're listening to this podcast, it is for you.
Right.
And this is a growth minded podcast. So if that's for you, you do these things every single day, no fucking compromise. You don't let your little bitch voice tell you no. You don't let your little bitch voice tell you you're tired. You do them no matter fucking what. And it's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to suck. But guess what? After 21 days, which is how long it takes to create a habit, it gets a little bit easier. And then it gets a little bit easier. 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 And guess what? 90 days in, you might sit there and say, fuck, I'm tired. I don't want to do it today. I say that probably about every day. But guess what? You're still going to fucking do it. And then when you do, you're going to feel 100 times better when you're done. You're going to say, thank God I did that. There's days I go to the gym every single fucking day. I've been doing that for years. There's still days like last night where I didn't want to go to the fucking gym. Guess what? I went to the gym. I got my ass to the gym. And after I got done with the gym, I felt 100 times better. And I said, thank God I went to the gym.
Fact.
And that's the whole point, guys. Like, again, this shit is not supposed to be easy. It takes a lot to get, like, you don't get this shit for free, guys. Like, you got to work for it, right? Good things don't come easy.
Sounds like I'm teaching my son stuff.
Yeah, good things don't come easy. You got to work for them, So that's it. You will never control your life until you control yourself. Consistency, structure, discipline, daily habits, daily routine lead to success. Success is not a fucking like, wham, bam, I did one thing one day hard as fuck and then I won and I'm successful, right? Success takes a long fucking time. Success is doing things, small things consistently over and over and over and over and over, sometimes for years before you get there. But guess what? That's what creates it. That's what gets you there. So that's why I say that it's so important to enjoy the process, because it's not going to be like a fucking, oh, okay, I did this today. Like, why am I not waking up a millionaire tomorrow? Why went to the gym all day today and I did cardio and I ate clean. Why don't I have abs tomorrow?
Not a get rich.
It doesn't fucking work like that, guys. It takes time. It takes consistency. So find the happiness in the routine. Find the happiness in the daily actions. Find the little wins. Find the achievement. Find like, damn, I fucking killed this day. That's enough to carry me on to the next. Like, damn, that feels fucking good. I'm gonna take this as a win. I was fucking optimal today. I killed it. I gave my everything. Now I'm gonna move forward. I'm ready for tomorrow. And then someday you're gonna fucking look back and realize that the shit that you wanted, you've already surpassed. Like, you already got it. You're already living it. And the goal's already changed, and that's okay. And that's actually a really cool fucking thing. And when that happens, it's a really cool fucking feeling. But you have to stay consistent. You have to stay structured every single day in everything that you do to ever get there. And I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been the Dads Who Live podcast. Again, please, if we added any value to you, we don't ask for any anything monetary, but the fee is to tell a friend. So you tell a friend, they tell a friend. That's how we grow this thing. Share it on iTunes, share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram. Just share it, guys. We really appreciate it. We want to get this message out. Again, we have apparel, hats, shirts, hoodies. That's all on www.dads2liftapparel.com. We're on Instagram, Dads Who Lift Apparel, Facebook, Dads Who Lift Apparel, and we have a Facebook group called Dads Who Lift Official. Again, that's a group on Facebook, 55,000 like-minded dads trying to be the best selves to stay fit at the same time. If that's something that interests you, check that group out, guys. Stay structured.
They told me that like when I get cocky, ain't it funny how they think they can stop me? Try to be me, but I'm so sorry you not me. Try to be me.